Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Notice anything different? We're going to get to some clips in just a moment, and we're going to talk about some comics that are coming out, so stay tuned. And hopefully I don't get kicked off.
Hi, it's John Romita Jr. at San Diego Comic-Con. Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, the best shop in the world, hands down.
I know something I won't tell. I won't tell. I won't tell. I know something I won't.
What do you know, huh?
It's just that Injun Joe is ticklish.
That's what I'm thankful for.
So much better than a traditional Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dude. I hate Thanksgiving. What is that? What am I supposed to be thankful for exactly? You know, who am I meant to be thanking, right?
I know. I've had to scratch and claw for everything I've got. If anything, I should be thanking myself.
Okay, pretend it's Thanksgiving and this bread is a turkey. Oh my God, it's so juicy! You see, Bobby, on Thanksgiving, people will be so jazzed by the moistness of the turkey you'll have to tune them out.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
A ding, a ding.
Oh, what's that sound?
It's the gravy boat.
Coming around.
It's not a navy boat.
It's the gravy boat.
Filled with bravery, savory, sailor folk.
Sailors in your mouth. Sailors in your mouth.
Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. I'd like to say something, please. Could I have your attention, please? I'd like to say something. Yeah. So the Pilgrims hated the Indians, and the Indians they despised the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
You know? But nonetheless, on Thanksgiving, they got together, right? And it wasn't about apologizing to each other. It wasn't about admitting guilt. Won't do that. Okay? It was just about making the peace. That was all that it was about.
Don't you think it's time we colonists came down off our high horse and said, we forgive you. Indians, Redskins, vanishing Americans, call yourselves what you will. We forgive you and we'll give you our smiles for miles and miles. Blame it on fire water when you murdered our daughters. Now we'll turn our heads and pretend it never was true. We forgive you, we forgive you, we forgive you. And how?
Yes.
My people once owned what is now central and southern Texas. Our land was taken from us by the white men.
Mr. Redcorn?
Yes?
Are you sure it's the white man who did all that stuff? Because I come from white people, and this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yes, I am sure.
Wow.
Yes, wow.
Hey, I love that painted on eye, man. That is fun.
No. Oh, wait. No. Okay. No. All right. Hey. Everybody stop clapping. All right, Liam. Bill's the one who put bath salts in the punch at your wedding, all right? He's the one who's responsible for your empty eye hole.
Is this true, man? Maybe. The only thing I remember from that night is my sponsor, Frank, giving me the green light to get shithoused.
That's true. I'll back that up.
And it's your fault.
You owe my brother an eye!
Take it easy, all right? Don't drag him into your beef, because I need him to focus on ours here.
Hey, Frank, I'm giving this guy a handy under the table. Are you jealous?
She's mashing it.
She does that.
I'm very aroused. Very good.
I thought I was a guest, but they just want me for my breast.
Much to my surprise, they're all staring at my thighs. They all look starving and ready for the carving.
Why don't they eat a pig instead?
Oh, my God. They're chopping up my head.
Come out to our blast out.
For shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun.
Elephant gun?
That's right, Doc. So why don't you go shoot yourself an elephant? You do, and I'll give you such a pinch!
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. Everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest songs and dances full of pep. We're gonna start with high jump. Just watch this chorus steps.
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
Hello, everyone. I did that so that we could see if my audio, I wanted to see if my audio was working, and it looks like it was. How are you all doing? Thank you for joining us. We are going to talk about some comic books that are coming out tomorrow. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the Blackout, the Black Friday Blackout. It's not a sale. It's not a sale. We'll get into that. I got only a couple more clips to show, so I don't think I'm going to get kicked off. All right, we survived it. Maybe it was the Home for the Holidays clip. The last time I did something like this. I think it's hard to remember year to year. So many things happen within a year. And I mean, am I old or did it just, holy cow, it's going to be December? Really? I was listening to some conversation about the economy and some talking heads on a station that probably is pro the way things are going. They were saying, oh, if you're having problems buying stuff and you feel the need, you still have to, for presents and things like that. Only look, your aunt doesn't need anything, slippers. Your grandparents don't need anything. Only people 3 to 18. And if someone lives elsewhere with the way it costs to send things, and let me tell you, I do know what it costs to send things. Just comic books alone. Don't get anything. So those are the people that are yay about things. And then there's other people, not so much. All right, I'll get that banner down now. My name is Yule. I run Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California. You can see it scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. We are open every Wednesday through Sunday, not this Thursday. I'm taking it off. Usually my days off are Monday and Tuesday, but I still do things from home. So when there's a holiday that hits Monday and Tuesday, I'm screwed. SOL, too bad. And most of them I don't even pay attention to anyway. If it's a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I'm going to be open those days. But not Thanksgiving. I mean, it's just big deal. And so I like taking a Thursday off. I think Christmas and New Year's, I forget. Did I see that those are on Thursdays also? Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I think I'm getting some extra days off that I don't normally have. Not necessarily because of the whole Christmas thing, but, you know, I think we should pay attention to Santa every once in a while. At least once a year, right? He's a pretty cool dude. Coming over with all those presents and everything. I'm going to keep this PG for the audience out there today. Am I really? Probably not. Yeah, so yeah, come on into the store. Buy some comic books. There's some really, holy cow, there's some really good comics that are coming out. Let me know what you're into in the chat. If you're here live, here live, say hi. Don't be shy. I know there's not a lot of us right now, and I pretty much killed the show. That's fine. We're just talking. We're just talking about comic books. Let me know in the comments after if you watch this. What comics are you thankful for? What things are you thankful for? I have something specifically that I'm pretty thankful about. It was really occupying my time, and I'm just going to play it. Let's see what happens.
2 hits in the game for Kurt. Tying run on third in Vladdy. Winning run on first in Barger.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kurt bounces one up the middle. Pitch to the bag. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles from backs again.
I'm still on. That was awesome. I'm pretty thankful about a little double repeat action with the Dodgers. I'm a big fan of them. I have been all my life except for that little hiccup. Man, when Fox gets their hands on something, you know what I mean? It makes you a fan during the McCourt era. And that ain't good. But yeah, so I feel like I suffered for a long time. Not like, those Cubs fans and the Chicago White Sox fans and bet Boston Red Sox for like the longest time. But of teams that are winners, it was a very long time in between winning. And in baseball, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. If you don't win at all, it really doesn't matter if you had a good year. It's kind of how it is. I mean, you can have a good year and then you get a good contract and all that stuff. That's pretty awesome. But if you aren't taking home the trophy, what are the comics trophies? There's those Eisner Awards and the Harvey Awards and Inkpot and Wayringo. Anytime that we get to have a chance to vote, I'm not so sure if I really care about them. But I remember back in the day, my day, they would always say, oh, this, on the cover of X-Men, an Eagle Award winner. And it's like, woo, the Brits over there thinking about comic books that are superheroes. And they know that the X-Men are the shit. John Byrne, Chris Claremont. More on that next year. Cannot wait. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And it ain't Chris Claremont involved either. There's just a little hint there. We'll talk about that in a bit. But let's get to you guys, and then we'll get to my stupid talking point, and then we'll look at some comics that come out, and we'll leave. It's gonna be a fun, fast episode. You're gonna love it.
We didn't come to borrow any money. We didn't come to borrow any dough. We didn't to borrow any trouble. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh, hello to you, Mr. Manny. Please don't think that we are hammy. We just stopped in from Alabama. We just stopped in to say hello. Oh boy, you said it. We just stopped in to say hello. And don't forget it. We just stopped in to say hello. And I'm hello. Hello. Goodbye.
Hello, not goodbye. Continuum is here first. Yo, 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 yo. Excited to hear about the crazy sales you're going to have. Make sure you don't cause a riot in Berkeley. I am not having any sales, and if I am, it's going to be on Saturday. It hasn't been anything that we announced for the newsletter, and if Eugene didn't put it in there, then it probably isn't happening. I would like to have some sales leading up to the winter holidays. That would be pretty cool. I don't know how he'd want to do it, but it's definitely going to be graphic novel oriented. And there's going to be a difference in price between something new this year as opposed to something that is older. And so like there'll be deeper discount on those. But I want to start moving the trades that I have. Obviously, you want to move the trades that you have, but what I want to do is I want to start really hyper-focusing on the things that everybody is liking at that time so that I don't have all the other stuff that's like really good. I mean, I want to have the nuts and bolts, the things that you have to have. So, the Dark Knight Returns and the Year Ones and that kind of stuff. Sometimes things that aren't superhero. It's nice to have maybe just a first volume of ElfQuest or Cerebus or something like that. But, and some other books. What would be those other books? Preacher? I haven't had Transmetropolitan in the store in a long time. I wonder if I can. As each individual or as new individuals within comics fall out of favor, maybe like the people, it's like a rotation. You finally made it to the, it's that circle drill you have to run in athletics. That's the worst one because there's always one lagger. And you're like, oh my God, I have to run even farther because of this guy. Eric O'Sullivan says, I've danced to Panic in Detroit, but a Blackout in Berkeley? Oh no, that would be crazy. Sign me up. Happy Thanksgiving to you all that are no longer with us. Is it Shalante? Huzzah. Thanks you all for the show. Of course, Eric. I'm going to cough right quick. All right, I think I'm pretty good there. Oh, except I just cough now. Uncanny Spider Guy 616. Sales at Fantastic. Ludicrous. Exactly. A day off, Elithilor says. What kind of socialist nonsense is this? I thought I had the unions to thank for all my days off. Wait a second. I'm both the owner and the employee, the sole owner and employee of the store. I hate my boss and I hate my employee. But that's a personal thing. It has really nothing to do with the store, except for when it gets involved. I don't know. I was again. I thought of the unions, the weekends off, and the weekends I don't get off, and the holidays. You're right. Shelby Pill in the other room says hello, Jimmy T. Ha ha ha! Talking to Elithidlor. All right. Oh geez. He's worried about getting kicked off. You'll about to use a bunch of Thanksgiving themed clips. Exactly. But it looks like I'm on, so everything's great. Not near mint. Happy Thanksgiving week, folks. That's right. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you all too. Good evening, you old Dwayne Muth. How's your father? It's Turkey Tuesday. Anyone doing peanut oil turkey? I doubt it. I have nothing to do with it. I just go and eat and then carry things I'm taking home. I'm gonna purposely this time. I'm gonna purposely not eat so much. You're clearing out old random trades. I'm about checking out random niche trades. All right. Well, maybe I can do some videos and post them on YouTube, and anybody that's in the show that wants to get it, we can I don't know, do something. I mean, I got a lot. I mean, I got a lot. And I feel that most of it is pretty good. And I would probably rebuy most of it to some degree. But when you get to those trades that are like out of print and it's the third and fourth and fifth ones, it's kind of like if you don't have the first two, you really don't have that much of a chance, or that one in between that ties it all together. But I would like to be able to rotate the crop in such a way so that I had some different stuff. And I've been really buying a shit ton of absolute Batmans these days, and having multiples, just kind of like an old bookstore would have. That would be good. Anyway, also because of the bookstores, let's get into this. So there's people that I've seen online that have talked about this blackout on Friday. So, Black Friday is a big thing where you're supposed to buy stuff at Macy's and all the other places that are or aren't around anymore. And go to them. And it's become a thing where and then, you have your Cyber Monday, which is going to be a big deal. Cyber Monday, you just do it online on Friday. Oh, wait, you don't just do it online Friday. You did it a week before. I mean, if I'm not already doing crazy sales leading up to this, why am I even bothering? At least that's what I mean, it feels like. When you're like seeing all the, I mean, I've been inundated with advertisement for things. That I bought in the past from all the places that I bought in a week ago, at least a week ago. I want to do this for my future store. I mean, get this shit out of here. But no, I think I have some really good stuff, and for sure, I would like to have things that I can't get anymore, and a lot of this is that. So I'd like to have it find a good home, but at the same time, it's got to go. It's got to go. Anyway, getting back to these mother. I got a video I clipped. Let's see if we can last this one.
Hey, Jerry, you know that shoe repair place at the end of the block? Well, if they don't get some business, they're going to have to shut down and make way for one of those gourmet coffee or cookie stores.
I like coffee.
I like cookies. Yeah, of course you do. And you know why? Because you're a bunch of yuppies. No, it's your go corporate takeover lifestyles that are driving out these mom and pop stores and destroying the fabric of this neighborhood.
I'm watching just to see. All right. Yeah, man. Men, peoples out there. What have we become? I was just kind of getting ready for the show, just kind of scrolling through YouTube, and sometimes old things will come up, and then it came up, and then there's like conversation outside of it, and then all of a sudden, what has happened? What has happened to us? It's nice to be able to order something and get it the very next day. I mean, It's pretty awesome. And I know things have changed a lot in the last like 5 years. Jeez. Yeah, 5 years. We'll call it 5 years. As far as like what we are, going to movie theaters and going to stores. I mean, it was bad enough when it was Best Buy having everything acing. I mean, when a fucking GameStop has to have like, toys, Todd McFarlane toys. I grew up and there used to be stores where you buy radios and speakers for your car and home, maybe. And they didn't have slushies or anything else. Obviously, there were convenience stores. You pay the extra price at a 7-Eleven. Usually on the milk and stuff like that. I remember we'd have to run in, or Mom would have to run into the store and get some of those nylons and the legs. Anybody know about those? I'm not trying to be all old man talking about, I mean, maybe it was Ron Popeil and all those fuckers that were selling shit all the time on TV. QVC. I mean, that kind of stuff and comic and the boom and then the bust in the 90s. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody see that before? I mean, obviously there's been credit card debt ever since there was a credit card. Oh, Americans. So, I mean, there's lots of things about it's always the same. It's just a different type of thing, but it's not when we talk about our consumerism. We're more likely to have a conversation online about something rather than, I don't know, go to the place itself. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there's sometimes, maybe it's just me. But I think I'm not the only one. I mean, you see the attendance to movies, regardless of who the person is that's in them. Or the subject matter. People just really aren't really, for the most part, going. Maybe there was that boom and it's just that bust now. But COVID, for me, I don't want to get shot in a movie theater. Well, the way they make them, I mean, it's like, oh, why wouldn't you want to do it there? It's like, how do you get out? There's a book that Brian K. Vaughan wrote called Spectators, and the main ghost, I guess, of the story is involved in a shooting at a movie theater. Kind of like the Batman one, the Heath Ledger one, I think it was. Colorado. I remember ATN, who would be on the other show that we used to do back in, 4, 5, 6 years ago. He's all. My brother called and wanted me to get him some bullets. I'm all. I don't think Obama's going to take any bullets. But man, we used to go to the mall, and like part of spending money was not spending money and getting to the point where, all right, now I'm ready to do it. And you were there and you congregated and maybe you talked to, if you're my dad and you were at a bookstore, he was chatting everybody up. If you're in that section, I mean, he wasn't going like the cooking section, like bugging people or anything like that. We go to the comic store. I mean, that's the reason why I like the comic store is, the camaraderie. I mean, as the focal person of all the people that come in, I'm constantly amazed by the different types of people that come in. And we're gonna see when we spin the wheel for the Transformers, it's almost all the same type of people, gender specific. But that's not 100% true. It's just, that's Transformers for you, I think. On my off days, I wanted to go to the record store, and guess what? The record store is not closed on the off days. It makes me think I should be open Mondays and Tuesdays. But I think we've crafted ourselves into like this. I mean, I do hear about people that I miss on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I could possibly swing it to make that happen. But what a hassle it feels like. It feels tougher than it's going to be able to be. But I don't know. Maybe I'll pull the trigger someday to accommodate. But that means that I'm not going to be there. So, yeah, small mom and pop store. You can buy online. Obviously, you can't look at the books before they get to you. And I've definitely ordered online for customers, whether they knew it or not. And I'm not always 100% satisfied with what I've seen coming through. And I'm sure all the people that I deliver to and appreciate what I do for them and haven't complained at any time. But there's probably some allowances, and it doesn't always work out. But if you're in the audience or in the chat, or you comment afterwards, if you receive shipping from me, you can let me know how that is. I appreciate that. People, don't want to go out and do stuff. Maybe the phone is the easiest way to read a book these days, or watch a movie or a television program. I'm totally guilty of it. It's my little device that I can take usually to the bathroom or bed. I use a Bluetooth speaker. I just, but it doesn't necessarily have to be TV. It could be any countless amounts of apps that will perform for me in some way. What have we become? I appreciate the people that want to not participate in Black Friday. It feels like we should have done that a long, long time ago. Like when South Park did that like 2 or 3 part episode with the Game of Thrones thing and in a Black Friday sales, Randy trying to get extra money, blah blah blah. That was too late to do that. Remember the Cabbage Patch dolls? I don't know. Let's go to comments. Yule, do you have JLA Showcase 80-page giant #1? I doubt it. You mean the ones from like the 90s or early 2000s? I doubt I have that. Unless you mean the original. As a Yankee fan, 86 years wasn't long enough. Amen. It's from 2000. Damn. Okay, cool. Yeah, I doubt it. So I started as a store in 2011, and I will look in. Let me write that down. I doubt I have it, but JLA Showcase. I got a box in my closet that has a bunch of DC stuff. 80 page giant number 1. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I'll look afterwards. I just wrote it down. I mean, man, boycotting, all these things that are involved in whatever thing. Oh, these people are involved in this, and these people give money to this, and these people give money to that. And I appreciate it. Don't give those people money. You don't need to. It's way too expensive anyway, and someone has to be hurting for where they get their products from. And it doesn't have to be us as consumers. That Christmas candy is going to go on sale after Christmas. Those ornaments are going to be cheaper the next day. Yeah, don't give them any of your money. Shop local. But I mean, what are you going to do? They've been run out. Everything has been run out. Where do you find a cobbler for your shoes? Oh my goodness gracious! All right, yeah. I hang out with I hang out with my buddy, my buddy Bob, and he takes me to some really nook and cranny places, and I'm like, I can't believe this fucking place is still here. And then you go in and you deal with someone who's crustier than me at my worst, and they're at their best, and it's slow, and they probably don't have what you want, and it's like dark in there. Those places exist, just less and less. And yeah, man. But definitely shop at the comic store, because I am going to be closed on Thursday. We'll reopen on Friday. There's a bunch of brand new books that are coming out. We're going to take a look at those. Why not right now? Let's do this one.
Why, we sell a dozen a day in this price range.
Who buys them? Tax collectors?
Even if I had to pay, it would be worth it. Just for the occasion.
What, something big going on somewhere?
What's going on right here? It's a big night.
Well, it's just an old run-of-the-mill Wednesday. Well, the calendar's full of them.
I had forgotten to bring the pictures up. So, isn't that funny? They're coming up right now. StreamYard's gotten their shit together lately, so it's making me a whole lot more professional. How am I doing? I'm going to start off right off with two comic books that are very similar. I'm going to give you a guess what that similarity is. All right, let me put myself like this. Boom. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, let me change the theme. Hold on 1 second. Let's keep this more festive still. There you go. Oh wait, that's not so good. Let's do it this way. Yeah. Wait, maybe this one's better. StreamYard, like I said, up in their game. All right. I guess that's oh yeah, if we take the picture down, it says Happy Thanksgiving. All right. DC. I saw my uncle kissing Santa Claus. Oh, that's cute. I have to get rid of some pictures. Hold on a second. Too many things. Too many things. All right, maybe that'll help me out. All right. So DC's I saw my uncle kissing Santa Claus. It's going to be one of those anthologies that costs $10. It's square bound. I don't get a lot of those, but I have enough to where I have to let you know about it. And if you could think of all the companies out there that are going to do, I mean, I'm going to give it away right now. The next one's a Ma Hunkel one too. It's not a Santa Claus comic book. And like, if you could specifically target, like if you say, oh, it's going to be Marvel and it's a Spider-Man family, or it's DC and it's a Superman family, or it's it's a Ghost Machine one. If you can think of any of those companies out there, and if you can hone it in even better, who do you think is going to be having a Santa Claus comic book? If you said Todd McFarlane's Spawn universe, you are right. I Saw Santa. Oh, that's scary. There's 2 covers I got for the store. I'm sure there's more. But I Saw Santa. Because you can't have a comic book too early, you know. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. Let's get to the good comics, or at least the comics. All right, first up, we have it's a new company. It's called Lion Ace or something, Ion Ace, something. I can't. Horror, mature readers. It's mature because it's like very bloody. I like the art style. It's kind of Mahfoody like, and maybe a little bit of Stoko in there. Inside also, and there's a lot of cutting people up and slicing and dicing and stuff. It's just like the cover. It's great. Next up, Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman, number 5 of 6, I do believe. This is the story in the future of an older Connell and Damien. John Kent and Damien and Wonder Woman's daughter. I don't know. I think there's some weird age thing going on. I haven't really been reading it. All right, now we have how are these 2 alike? Daredevil and Punisher is a new miniseries that's coming out. I don't think it's Simon Bianchi. I think it's that other Bianchi. Nonetheless, if you like Punisher or Daredevil or the obvious team up slash trying to get the same thing accomplished but with different means, Daredevil and Punisher team up. Yeah. And then The Punisher number 2 comes out. This is also another mini series. It's a Marvel Knights The World to Come, so it kind of ties in with that whole The World to Come storyline that's going on with the Black Panther. This is written just like the last one by Jimmy Palmiotti, with art this time by Dan Panosian, the guy who does the cover right there. So if you like the way that looks, you're gonna probably be pretty jazzed about this. Berserker, The Bleeding Tide. Every once in a while, Boom will do a Berserker one-shot, or I think it's always one-shots. This one's called The Bleeding Tide, and it's written by it's written by Keanu Reeves. He's involved in all the stories. Definitely Matt Kent says that. I haven't seen an article or an interview with Marjorie Liu, the other writer of the book. But I imagine she puts it all together and puts the verbiage in the mouths of the characters off of probably a loose plot by Keanu Reeves, or maybe everything's really just inspired by, and I don't know how into this he really is. Supposedly, with as few of them as they come out per during the year, I could imagine he jots something down or has some ideas. I mean, it's like a thing of his. Anyway, Gary Brown's doing the art, and he's pretty cool too. All right, Flash Gordon number 13, Jeremy Adams, the guy who does did Flash, he does Green Lantern, did Green Lantern Corps, and exclusive to DC. So he actually had this gig before he had signed that contract. So I'm sure Mad Cave hopes they can, they're holding on tight. Ain't no Grant. This isn't sand here. Next up, we have Geiger number 18. Jeff Johns writing. It looks like a different illustrator, not Gary Frank this time. But getting Gary Frank to do comics as frequent as Geiger comes out, that's just unrealistic. He's damn good and he can get his stuff done, but a little bit of a break in between is definitely needed, I'm sure. Still doing pretty cool covers. So yeah, there you go. All right, what do we have next? We have Skinbreaker number 3. This sold out. Now number 2 sold out, and not only did that, it sold out, and I had to order second prints that have yet to come in yet. So Skinbreaker, I up my numbers, and hopefully we can ride this wave together. Really good art by David Finch, and I read the first issue. Haven't read the other ones yet, but if you're into a more fantasy setting, they're kind of alien-y looking, but it's cool stuff. Oh, speaking of Jeremy Adams and Green Lantern, number 29 comes out, and oh my goodness, Green Arrow's in it? Well, gotta love it when those two get together, right? It's like Daredevil and Punisher. Speaking of Green Arrow, he does not return the favor, but he also has a title that's ending. Green Arrow does. So I don't think this is the last issue, but it's coming up real quick. So if you are a fan of Green Arrow, yeah, you better look alive. What do we have next? Okay, we have DCKO tie-in The Flash, number 27. Holy cow. All they needed to do to make The Flash a book I have to reorder and order even more of is 2 simple things, because they had pretty good art before. Get Cy Spurrier off the book and change the course of it. Also tie it into your big event. Boom. Legion of Superheroes in the background. I mean, super villains. That is a colossal boy if I've ever seen one. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm into it. Legion. Come on, let's get some Legion going. That's what we really need. This is a Black Label 4-issue mini-series written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman with Romulo Fajardo Jr. on colors. Batman Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia. Anytime, like since the 90s, DC would do these annuals and it would cross over. And anytime Batman and Green Arrow, well, actually, Batman and The Question and Green Arrow at the time really evoke a certain feeling in people that read that kind of stuff. And it stems from the whole Longbow Hunters days and DC trying to say that comics aren't just for kids, everybody. Now we're trying to say, hey, kids, comics. I had a kid in the store talking, they were talking about beheadings in a movie and all this other stuff. And I'm like, holy cow. Just crazy. All right. Now we're going to get to the books that I actually put. So I have a very small store if you've not seen it before. And I only have so much space, and I want to get people the ability to be able to reach the books without having to be behind the register. So I put comic books behind the register so that I can hand them to people. Usually, I mean, really, they are the comics that people are coming in to ask for if they don't see it out on the shelf. Because a lot of times a person might come in and not want to say anything about Nightwing maybe Nightwing's too big. Birds of Prey. So when they go out to the floor, you want them to be able to see Birds of Prey and pull that down, or pull a Spider-Man 2099. One of the off X books, like New Mutants, maybe. So, and not only that, New Mutants probably doesn't sell as well as something that does. And these are those books. I call them cigarette books because I have to get them down like a guy at the 7-Eleven would have to get the Pall Malls for someone. Yeah, Pall Malls, everybody. You ever smoke a Pall Mall? Horrible. Cigarette book number 1. The Mortal Thor number 4. What an awesome cover by Alex Ross. Al Ewing is writing it, and this issue is by Juan Cabal. Not Pascal Ferry. So a strike against it for not having Pascal Ferry, but definitely a very good artist to fill in for sure. Here is a book that I've had people just like drooling and telling me, is this out yet? Is this out? I'm ready. When is this book coming out? You got to put me down for this book. And I got to say, the previous incarnation of it was very, very good. And I really enjoyed it. And I personally read every single issue, and I am super caught up. And I am just like all those people. Well, when is this book coming out? Well, it's this week, Wednesday, not Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, not Thursday, Friday. Infernal Hulk number 1. Philip Kennedy Johnson writing and Nick Klein on art. What an awesome cover. The way the last issue ended, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm still on the ride. I'm on for the ride. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to be like, I don't like the fact that the artist and the writer that worked on the book prior are doing this number 1 shenanigans stuff. But there is a significant line of demarcation, and they're just going to put a legacy number on it anyway, so it really, really doesn't matter. This is just another chapter. If you ever read fantasy or a series of books, Harry Potter, no one griped there was a new page number 1 for a brand new book. You know what I mean? The new title, same thing, but there's a new number 1. And you could do that with almost anything, any of those TSR books that I would read, any long fantasy or sci-fi series. Hell, it doesn't even have to be a long sci-fi series. It's just like each standalone book about this character. I would read, well, I didn't read Stainless Steel Rat, but there was the same guy, Harry Harrison, did Bill the Intergalactic Hero. I think it's what the name of it was. It kind of looked like Hulk in a way. At least right there. Next one. Justice League Unlimited number 13. All right. Maybe I should have shown you this second. You know what? I am going to show it to you second. You didn't see it. Next up, we have DCKO number 2. This is the mini-series event that's going to last until March. I hope a Scott Snyder book will not be late. Right now, I just read number 1 earlier today. I finally read it. And I got to say, pretty darn good. I liked it a lot. But I want to let you know what a friend who used to host the show with me, co-host the show with me, had to say about it. I'm not going to tell you who. He said, I'm not feeling DCKO. It feels like a dumber version of Snyder's last big event, or the last one I paid any attention to. No Justice or New Justice or whatever it was called. Post Metal. That was my feeling after reading the initial one-shot. And the one-shot that he's talking about is issue number 1. But I have been reading Superman, so this whole time, the Doomsday, the time traveler guy, timekeeper guy, that's something I've been paying attention to, and I'm caught up with. And I'm not really caught up with anything going on in the absolute world, but a few of the other DC books I've been kind of keeping tabs on. All the all-in one, but mostly Superman and select issues of the Justice League. And nothing else that's really big or expansive as far as the DC universe is concerned. So when I read this issue, it's a lot of those same characters and all the other stuff that's been going on, and I thought it was pretty cool. Uh, I mean, yeah, I gotta say, my buddy saying all that stuff about it feeling like one of his last events, just dumber. Yeah, possibly. Less Batman. So I'm already 100. I'm way more on board with this than I've ever been on the other ones, the Metal and the Dark Knight's Metal. Dark Knight's Metal was, it was like more of a Justice League book, but it was also ridiculous and stupid. And although this kind of is too, it made a little bit of sense. A little bit. It made a lot more sense than a lot of Scott Snyder's other shenanigans. And it just, it's a reason for us to watch all our favorite peoples fight against each other. And maybe it's a fair fight or it isn't a fair fight, but we'll see how it goes. And there's tie-ins to this. So the tie-ins are Titans, Flash, Justice League, and Superman. And Justice League comes out tomorrow also. And so I just read the 12th issue of Justice League earlier today also. And Mr. Terrific is getting a team from the different universes of characters that we know. Tim Drake is Batman Beyond. And we've got the Blue Lightning Superman and Power Girl and the Hal Jordan from Kingdom Come. So all sorts of stuff going on in this Justice League book because, as you know, reading DCKO, the superheroes had to go somewhere, and these are the people that are left behind, and they're getting wiped out. So this is Mr. Terrific's big plan. So if you're a fan of Mr. Terrific, and you're like, man, I want to read something Mr. Terrific, issues 12 and 13 of Justice League, you must read. And while you're at it, get DCKO 1 and 2. And get Superman while you're at it, because the last issue was awesome. Holy cow. I read that earlier today, too. I've been reading the Sonic Life book about Thurston Moore and Sonic Youth and its career as far as he's concerned. And so it was really taking up a lot of my time, as was like the baseball. And that's why I really haven't been reading a whole lot of comics and, only keeping up with a few things. And DCKO felt like a real good time to not pay attention. But again, I'm caught up with Superman, and I didn't want to read something that was a tie-in without reading the first one. I'm okay with the KO, but Superman was still really, really good. And Williamson's kicking ass. He's going to be doing Iron Man next year. I hate Iron Man, but Williamson, I dig. I'm down. All right, let's see. Next up, we have Batman and Detective Comics. This little comic that keeps going, man. Tom Taylor's writing the story, and Michael Janin is doing the art. And I get it's a cigarette comic, and it might not need to be, but it's good to see another good mainstream comic, be a good seller and something I'm willing to just always have up behind me. And something that isn't a tie-in, isn't some Jim Lee event, isn't something, this is just its own thing, and you don't have to read anything else. Yeah, there you go. It's doing really well for me. Something else that's doing really well for me. I haven't read an issue at all. Absolute Wonder Woman number 14. This is it this? No, it's the next issue. The next issue is the team up between Wonder Woman and Batman. But this book just keeps selling really, really well for me. Can't wait for Martian Manhunter come back. I got the trades in last week and I sold them out in the first 3 days. I got the Batman books back in after selling them out in like 4 days. You know what I mean? After like that was the second or third time I got them in. These whole things are just doing really, really well. People are enjoying it. They like the art. They like the stories. Kelly Thompson, people are going to have to stop talking shit about her all of a sudden. And I haven't even read a bit of it. And then the last book that I have to show you is Absolute Batman number 14. This book just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing the charts. I cannot slow it down. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to do it. People are digging it. I keep selling out. I have people coming in wanting to buy all the issues and like keeping those in stock. 8th printing, 9th printing, 10th printing. I have to start thinking about, I mean, it's very special that people are like, I just want to read the comic book. And then when they find out there's a trade and they don't need the comic book, they're like, yeah. But the printings just keep coming, and there's no reason to slow down. I am selling the crap out of this book. And again, I've only read the first issue, but I'm a big fan of Nick Dragotta, Scott Snyder. You know, he does Batman pretty well. And all the fill-in illustrators that have been working, Daniel Warren Johnson, I think Marcos Martin did some stuff. Just, I'm a big fan of all those people. Good stuff. Yeah, way to go. And those are comics for, oh, I didn't even put the banner up. And those are comics for 11/26, 2025, not 27, but 28. All right, let's put me back. How's it going, everybody? That is not all the comics. And there's a lot of trades. So if you get books that are bound, there's all sorts of fun things to check out at Fantastic Comics. I only have one copy of Dreadstar left, which is the entire trilogy leading up to Dreadstar, and then like the first 6 or 7 issues of Dreadstar for Epic Comics by Jim Starlin. You know, the guy who does Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos, or Warlock, really is Warlock. Alex Ross's art is wasted on Ewing and North books. Well, I was talking to somebody who said that Alex Ross, when he left Fantastic Four at the end of the last arc or volume, his not being on the book was probably because of lack of sales. Yeah. I would suggest that. I mean, Ewing, it's one thing, but you know, Pascal Ferry's on the book, love his stuff, and I would agree. I do not enjoy Al Ewing books. Exception, Metamorpho, pretty awesome. I'm really happy that Eric O'Sullivan got me onto that. I think that's a real fun Ginchy kind of book. If you like Madman, it would be good. I would love to see a Madman Metamorpho. So Al Ewing helping writing with Mike Allred, who's doing the art on something like that. That'd be very, very cool, I think. Something I'd be down to see. Also, I wonder if something will actually happen in this issue of Skinbreaker. Well, you know. Hoping Infernal Hulk isn't as bad as it's like, how dare you? How dare you? I feel that issue 27 of Incredible Hulk was possibly the best superhero story I read this year. And ramping up to 30, man, it was really, really good. And then the Hulk or the Thor bit in 25, was good. Also looking forward to DCKO. Yeah, DC, it wasn't bad. Now we're gonna get slugfest between our superheroes and some villains and stuff like that. Oh, this person should wipe. This is all stage set for Superman to win, right? It was the summer of Superman. Now we have DCKO. I like the direction that DC's going. And if you look, let me just show you one other thing. Look in the top left corner. I love that. That's Superman. Oh, he's breaking chains. Yeah, sweet. They've been doing that when they did All In and everything. They got the All In. So Batman got one of those. Action and Superman got it because it was the summer of Superman. I think Wonder Woman has it now. It's classic old Marvel stuff. DC would do it too. I like the identifier of who the person in the book is. It's that thing that like marks better than a new numbering system. You can keep it. You can keep it classic and keep it going. What you do is you change the figure in the corner. Let it represent the style of the character and the timing of the character, and when it changes, so can the book change. And I always live to see the Avengers team change, or the X-Men. It was very comforting to see some Spider-Man symbol or something like that. Yeah, I dig it. And Marvel even had variant covers where, what was the variant cover? Oh, it was classic style covers with the characters in the box in the corner. Own that. Do it. I mean, this is cool. And it would look so much different if it was one of very few books that you were doing this, and all of them had something like this. And not that, but like this instead. What if that Hulk was in the corner eventually? Where's the Thor? I know you probably don't want to block, Alex Ross's art, but whose fault is that? But DC doesn't do it all the time. So, also Trinity seems to be pretty late. All right, we're gonna do a spin to see who's gonna win a Transformers. Let me do this right here.
Bill, spin my arm.
Come on, come on, come on! Come on, come on! I win a Winnebago. I win a Winnebago! No! So close. I spun it a little too hard.
Yeah, that's right. You spun it a little too hard there, Bill. All right, we're going to do this right here. Let's see what happens. All right, excellent. This is for Transformers number 21. This is another Simon Parr variant. And what is that, like Starscream or something like that? I don't know what's going on there. It's making me dizzy looking at it, actually. Congratulations last week. Oh, damn. You know what? Let me stop sharing really quick. Congratulations last week to Owen. Owen was the winner. It was his first time on the wheel spin. Whether he knew it or not, there he is picking up his Simon Parr variant. And, oh, damn. Let's do it different. Let's do it like that. Okay, there you go. Congratulations, Owen. Owen is one of the young customers that comes in and buys comic books. I'm always interested in what he's into at the moment. Usually it has something to do with less canon. So he's actually digging the absolute stuff also. But Transformers for sure. All right, let's go back. Share the screen. All right, so the first time, I mean, wouldn't it be funny? Maybe like another one? Oh, man, that'd be crazy. All right, good luck to everybody involved. Let's point out Cody, Kale, any of the Nates, Nick. Oh, I think he did win, actually. I didn't put his picture up. Christian could win. That would be a nice one. Maybe Andrew. Get some picture of some of the people you don't know. All right. Good luck, everybody. It's almost like I'm rooting. Wow. All right, Andrew. All right. Let me just do that. He's a big Transformers fan. I know this to be true. That's good. All right. Now we're going to get rid of all of these people. Why do you say that, Yule? Well, it's because these three people all purchased the 1 in 10 variant, and so therefore get one more chance to possibly get a win over, well, Andrew right now. So let's see what happens. Oh. All right, Fantinuum. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. I am going to just do that. And we'll worry about that in just a moment. I gotta get to the but before I do that, did you know that we have a Patreon page? You could give us money for basically nothing. But I really, really promise to not do anything for it. But if, there's the show, I really want to do more things, but it's hard to divorce the show and then the Patreon. So anybody that's like digging this, go to Patreon. If you dig the store, but you're like, man, I just don't need any more comics, but I want to support a local shop, this would be a good way to do it. And you know what? All you have to do is take out your phone right now and point it at the screen. I can't believe this. I love it. And it'll take you right to the Patreon page, and you can chip in some money. I have some interviews too, I think, over there, and some links to some stuff. I don't know. I would like to do more. It's just tough being the only guy doing this stuff. What was me? Right. All right, here we go. I'm going to share the screen. All right, we got Andrew and we got Fantinuum. Fantinuum, a multi-time winner. Truthfully, I could just be selling these to Fantinuum, but I feel this is the only way, because I do buy a few more Transformers. I mean, it's a very good seller in the store, and I have lots of people that come in and get it. Boys and girls. You can't trust that list. I mean, there's a couple ladies on it and whatnot. Anyhow, good luck to Andrew. Good luck to Fantinuum. How exciting this is. Oh, damn. First time winner. Congratulations, Andrew. Sorry, Fantinuum. I'm sure you'll have another chance real soon. There you go. All right. Congratulations. You know what that means, Andrew. You are a winner. And that's pretty much the last oh yeah, Patreon. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, so thanks for everybody that is Patreons of ours. If you're like, damn, I didn't realize I still was, and you don't want to be, I'm not going to be upset. We really appreciate it, and we don't really do anything to, warrant it. It just is what it is. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I've been promising to try and make these a little bit shorter, and I think I'm doing an okay job. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. I got some Christmas stuff we're going to be playing. You know, the one that I love. Can't wait. See you next week.
Lucy and Ramona cruising through the jungles of L.A. Hoping to promote a dream somewhere along the way. They're rolling through the streets, looking for a disco, passing up the treats from a kid named Cisco, trying to make connections with their blemish-free complexions, and just as fate would have it, ended up with Sunset Sam. Sam was selling watches from a suitcase on a TV tray. And Lucy and Ramona kept trying to figure out if he was gay. The three of them were standing, staring at each other, when the light behind their eyes blew each other's cover. The ancient code was branded, and each of them was handed a ticket to their kingdom, 'cause they saw their brother Sunset Sam. Sunset Sam. Lucy was from Compton, and she met Ramona at the zoo. Ramona was from Brooklyn, but she left when she was 22. Sam was a native of the Arizona desert, but he split when he was slated for some governmental make-work. Their differences subsided when the common bond was sighted. They were all from the same place that made the famous